overall, real quick, I will say that the book was great, but I'll let
This
Kyle
is my
give the
segment.
details. Huh? Kyle, are you ready? Cephas the Vampire is
Yeah,
14
it's
pages
14. Yeah.
long, very very short. But I dug what I read, but I'll get my thoughts after Kyle gives his.
And I read through it, and I have to say, I thought it was pretty good. There's a good backstory. You get to learn the character and at least understand the world that he's in. And you learn a little bit about his character. It's all very believable. I have to say that it flowed very well. I understood everything that was happening. The artwork. Who was the artist?
Mario Williams.
Mario Williams. Fantastic. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the art in this book. It was very dynamic, as I mentioned before in my reviews and stuff. I really love facial expressions because it makes things a lot easier to understand what's going on and what the characters' point of view and their emotions. We do get some interactions between him and some of the other vampires, which was nice. And that they sort of like betrayed him. Another thing that is probably going to get explained later, but just something that I noticed was that why he had become so powerful, even though he was in the sun, and
Right.
usually with vampires, if they're in the sun, they die.
It kills them, right? But, like, I really wanted to keep it short and concise.
That was the best thing though, because
Yeah.
a lot of the times whenever I read like ice, Cyberfrog was a big offender of that, where it's like it drags on way too much.
Yeah.
You just cut a lot of this stuff out, and that was one of the things that I really did enjoy about this book, because it was just so condensed, so streamlined. You waste no time. There was like I said, there's hardly anything that I would cut. I just say that there's a few things that I wanted to add, but
Don't explain more.
yeah, explain more. But obviously you can't explain everything in the first book, so I
Yeah.
understand that. Besides that, yeah, we learned about his character design. Is really cool, and it's coming off the heels of like what we were just talking about, where me looking more at Spawn stuff. It kind of
Yeah.
is similar to like how Spawn looks, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this ending shot panel of him in the full body and seeing how he looks
Yeah,
is
that's
just really cool. I
splash.
really dig the character design. Like I said, there's not since it's so concise, there's not a whole lot that I would necessarily change.
Right.
And in my opinion, yeah, it's pretty good.
The dialogue and the narration flowed beautifully. It read well. It really was very smooth.
Cool.
And I saw here that Keith Gleason was the letterer.
Yes.
And
he
Keith
did a fantastic job.
Yeah, he did. He really did a great job making sure that everything flowed nicely and spacing the narration out,
Yeah.
and making the reading experience very pleasant. So props to him for doing
Yeah.
that, and also your writing too as well. Let's not discount that either. It was really well done, and it was well paced. But overall, I dug it. I thought it was well done. But it mentioned Cain. Now I'm like, who's Cain?
Right.
Yeah.
What's he all about? Now I want to know
Is
about
it supposed to be
Cain.
like a reference to like Bible Cain?
Could be.
Okay,
Okay.
wait, Kyle.
Yeah.
Because when I was reading it in the office, he was like, who's Cain? I was like, you have to keep on reading it, Kyle. to
Yeah, I
find out."
know.
Yeah.
I also love the revenge. I'm a sucker for revenge, so I'm
Yeah.
all about it.
What
And
about
I
the
love
title?
the look. Is this artist going to be your series artist going forward?
I'd like him to.
This I hear, in my opinion, this story here has potential. It really does, because I found myself wanting to know more. I want to know what's going to happen, even if it's not a long, drawn out series. Even if it's a short one shot, a 32 page, 40 something page one shot. This could definitely work for me. So I dug it. I'm especially if you keep this artist intact, continue the production of the story. I think you're gonna have yourself a solid book. the name is cool too. Like that's a cool sounding name, Cephas. And um, the fact that immediately you establish that this guy looks fucking cool. You know, the way he looks, and you want to give the reader just tidbits of stuff as you start the story, because in that way the reader will want to know more about it. Immediately you're like, whoa, what's going on here? Especially when the guy who was being dangled I think in that third panel there, he says, aren't you one of us?
Right.
And it's like, all right, now I'm intrigued. Now I want to know what's going on here.
Yeah, what makes them so different?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then it immediately goes to the backstory, to what happened to this character, and now you're invested. Moment of truth, Kyle. Is Cephas, the vampire, worth the pick?
Yes, it's worth the pickup.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you.
Go find it. Get it.
It's worth the pickup. Kyle, is there anything else you want to add?
I was gonna say that this was another one of the character designs that I really liked.
Oh, let me blow you up. Give me a second.
This guy, Santiago.
Yes, Santiago. You know what, Ben? Shame on you for cutting this guy off right away.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because he was cool looking. He really was cool looking, and I wish we could have seen more of this character because he was really cool. He was very likable, even though he was obviously a bad guy.
The bad guy, right?
Yeah, but I would have liked to have seen more of that character because, I'm a sucker for also a good villain too. Like, you know, if you have a good villain, then I'm all about it. I want to see more of what you can do with that character. But my final thoughts is I hope you continue doing this project. I hope the artist is available to complete the project because I am digging what I'm seeing. And the artist did a great job laying out not laying out, but with the sequentials. I was really impressed with his timing because I am curious to see how he gets his revenge. What exactly he has planned for his revenge.
Cool.
Yeah, I think he has a sufficient enough hook that made me want to actually go and actually want to go and find out what happens. And at least, if I don't pick up all the rest of them, I want at least the whole series. That way I can read the whole thing.
There you have it, folks. It's worth the pickup. So check it out.